Back with a banger. What up, YouTube? It's your boy K Revolve, and today we got the Seattle Zombie Woman, an internet mystery. Now, I saw this on my recommendation. I guess I don't know how, but it popped up, and I am a fellow person that's been in Washington State. Like I live like an hour away from Seattle, but I've been to Seattle back and forth multiple times. You know what I'm saying? And I'm came here to give y'all my reaction to this video as a person that's lived in Seattle for over 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Without further ado, let's get into the video. And if you're new, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the boy if you think this is a nice, decent reaction, man. Let's do it.
Turning to the state of Washington.
Now, keep in mind, y'all. Hold on. Now, keep in mind, y'all. I do not do videos like this, like shit like this. I don't watch scary movies like that. I don't do none of that. So, like, if I get creeped out, man, it is what it is. I don't usually do these kind of videos, but I say, you know what? Why not? Why not try to get out of my comfort zone? I'm tired of being comfortable.
Turning to the state of Washington is always a new adventure for me. I want to share with you the sights and sounds of this beautiful northwest corner of our nation.
Oh, I don't know if I can watch this, man. Okay. Let me turn this down, man. I don't want to get freaked out.
May 5th, 2021,
May
a disturbance
5th.
is reported alongside a popular roadway in Seattle, Washington,
What
drawing
roadway?
heavy police presence to the area. According to witnesses on the scene, a woman had been
As always, something crazy and weird going on in downtown Seattle. Like, people got to keep in mind, this is like the normal, everyday life of Seattle, bro. Like, this shit happens often.
spotted limping down the street,
Limping?
wailing in agony, while holding an unknown object in her hand. The woman was acting incredibly erratic and appeared to be seriously injured, though despite this, it had apparently taken as many as 8 police officers
Let me
to
turn this down
subdue
some
and
more.
restrain her. And this was far from the most chilling detail, with that being in the woman's appearance, as onlookers would go on to claim that there was something off about her face. It was unnatural, almost zombie-like. The story began as whispers among the community, with
Zombie-like.
brief mentions being made across the web, though not many would take these posts seriously. As to outsiders, this seemed to be yet another internet hoax, or perhaps just some kind of extreme overreaction. But in reality, this was a very real scene that played out that evening, and one that was about to be put on display for the whole world to see, as the first video would quickly emerge, thrusting this case into an international spotlight.
Alright. I don't know, man. The noise in the background, the way he's showing the videos, he's being a little dramatic, man. It's trying to freak me out, man. But this shit is normal, bro. Like, I swear.
And giving birth to an internet mystery known today as the Seattle Zombie Woman.
What happens?
Before we dive into this, I just wanted to let you guys know that I have a brand new second channel called Crowley TV. And over there, I'm
Alright,
going
go
to be
check that
exploring some
channel out.
mysteries and conspiracy theories in person.
Ah,
Overall, the channel's going to be a
conspiracy
lot more
theories.
fun and way less morbid than this channel over here,
Morbid?
while also still exploring some of those dark and creepy themes. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, I will leave a link in the description below, and make sure you turn those post notifications on if you want to be alerted to my first upload. Thank you guys as always for your support, and I will see you
Y'all like
over
those kind of conspiracy theories? Check the man out. Video 1. First footage of the incident emerged on the evening of May 5th, 2021. 2021, is that? 2021, okay. Yo.
The video immediately took the world by storm, as it showed a woman with a ghostly pale face, with half her head shaven, as she limps across the street wearing
Oh my
only
God.
one shoe, and with each step she takes, she seems to yell in pain, before the video quickly cuts. In her hand appears to be the mysterious object, which the uploader of the
Is
video
that-
claimed to be a fanny pack,
Oh.
and disturbingly, it appeared to be soaked in blood, along with many other parts of the woman's body. In terms of context, there wasn't much, as despite the video going viral across the site, information on this individual dubbed the Seattle Zombie Woman was practically non-existent. According to the uploader, police had arrived and intervened just after the recording had stopped, and that it had taken a full team of officers to ultimately restrain her and eventually take her away, likely to get some form of treatment, though they admit that they weren't sure what happened from there, or, just as importantly, what had led to this moment. Though interestingly enough, despite the fact that the answers were not emerging, other recordings certainly were. On the same day this now infamous TikTok was posted, another clip would be posted to YouTube by a separate user, seemingly showing a different angle of the same event, with this version being significantly longer. Here, we get a better angle of the woman's face, as it appears completely abnormal, with her eyes and lips appearing to be pitch black, which is a dramatic contrast to her pale complexion. All in all, she looks sickly and appears to be acting completely unhinged. Near her, multiple cops are seen attempting to calm her down, though she just continues walking and screaming, even escaping their grasp at the end of the video, while continuing her erratic behavior.
So far, what y'all think on this, man? I don't really have nothing to say. The police, like, I mean, she walking around acting like that. So I mean, it's right for the police to like see like, is she okay? What's going on with her? But at the same time, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Like, I don't know how to really think about this, cause she looked like she's in pain. She looked like she's injured stuff, but she's not speaking on it. So, do the police still have to go and like try to help her out, or do they just like, hey, she don't like if she keep walking away from them, are they supposed to continue going on about helping her out, or do they just walk away? Y'all let me know.
From there, it's assumed that the struggle continued before finally coming to an end sometime later, which was showcased in yet another video posted to TikTok. And it's in this clip where the mystery takes a far darker turn, as we can hear the lady say her first discernible words.
Hold on, let me turn this down.
I don't want to go to the hospital! I don't want to go to the hospital! No! No!
The video shows the woman begging the officers not to take her to the hospital, pleading as if her life depended on it, and it only gets stranger and even more tragic as she begins pleading with them not to take her baby. This may seem like a random one-off comment, until you realize that the object in her hand had seemingly changed. Even though the footage is pretty hard to decipher, it seems as though that bloody fanny pack that she had been holding in the original clip was no longer in her possession, and instead, she appears to be holding something entirely different. This object has been the source of great speculation, as the blurry video makes it hard to definitively identify, though some, including myself, seem to think that it closely resembles a baby, and more specifically, the head of a baby. This was the last clip we would receive from the incident, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and overwhelming concern for the woman shown in the clips. Though despite the popularity of this case and all the questions put forth, the answers never came. Bizarrely, no official statement would be made by the Seattle PD, despite their officers being shown in this viral video. And on top of this, despite the story being picked up by a few news stations, no official conclusion or clarification would be brought forward. And given the lack of context and the lack of closure, this internet mystery was born, and the theories would quickly spread like wildfire. Right out of the gate, many users would be quick to call this story a fake, believing that this was nothing more than a setup, mainly due to the lack of reporting and also because of the woman's appearance, as given how unnatural she looked, many believed that she was
Y'all don't understand, man. This shit right here is literally a normal thing in Seattle. Like there's many people walking around acting crazy and stuff like that. And when people see people like her, they just walk the other way. Like swear to you, like it's literally like somebody could be just being dramatic, like acting all crazy and stuff like that, or like what are you looking at? Just talking to themselves, or it's like talking to themselves. Seattle's just it's a weird place, but at the same time, it's a normal thing. Like it's just that we really don't pay that much attention to. Like when you first get there, you're gonna be weirded out, obviously, but as time passes by, man, you're not. It's gonna be like a normal everyday thing, bro. I swear. Like that shit, we don't see it no different. Like the way she's acting is no different from the way many other people downtown in Seattle acts. Like the homeless, uh, drug addicts, like all of them, man. They all act the same way. It's crazy.
Simply wearing a heavy amount of makeup, with some calling her appearance and demeanor almost cartoonish. Plus, if we're being honest, TikTok is completely filled with fabricated stories just like this, leaving many set on this whole situation being fake. However, this actually isn't the case. One of the few updates we've gotten in this case came from the discovery of official police dispatch radio, which was found publicly available on a site known as Broadcastify. There, users would find audio from May 5th in the Seattle area that seemed to depict this exact incident, with the audio being just as chilling as the videos themselves.
3008 16th Avenue West. There's a female walking eastbound on West Barrett Street that has blood running down her face and leg. She's also yelling and limping. She's described as a white female, 20 to 30, 5'5" to 5'7", thin build, with a shaved head and brown patches of hair, wearing a gray t-shirt, blue jeans, and one white shoe. James and West Armour Street on the west side, just north of. Send an AMR for an ITA.
The recording seems like an exact match to these videos, from the way the subject is described, all the way to that unmistakable...
Man, I like how they just stopped this woman, but what about the hundreds, thousands of other ones that are just like that in downtown Seattle? That place needs to be fucking like I don't know how this downtown Seattle is a bad place to go. From the CVS downtown, that like there's a CVS there and there's a McDonald's there that's downtown that you should never ever go to because it's wild down there. It's full of people that's just sitting on the sidewalk. It's full of homeless people. It's full of drug addicts. Like remember when I started walking down that road one time, I never walked down that road again. If so many people was looking at me like they wanted to steal from me, or like it's bad down there. You don't want to be in that area of Seattle, man. They need to like destroy the place and rebuild it up because that place need to be. I don't know, man. It's bad.
Screaming in the background, and this
like what she's doing is no man. I seen way worse in downtown Seattle, man. Swear.
Is undoubtedly from the Seattle PD.
And in Seattle PD, man, tell y'all one thing, they suck. I'm not gonna lie to you, they suck. I called them one time, somebody broke into my window. Basically, they said, yo, man, just write a report. Nothing else, man. They ain't wanna come, like, and then they never got back with me on the report or anything like that. So I had to take care of things on my own, and I got some stuff stolen, but it was luckily when you live in downtown Seattle, you don't keep your valuable items in the fucking car. You would make sure you either have it in a trunk. Even then, I don't even put my valuable shit in my trunk. I leave it in my fucking room. Most of the shit, every time, especially if I'm staying out at a hotel, I make sure I grab all the shit with me that's in my car and put it in the hotel too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because anything can happen. And when I got my window broken into, that proves it. Downtown Seattle ain't really a good place to be. I'm just being honest. But it depends on the place in downtown Seattle. But like I said, if you want to visit Seattle, do not go to that part of downtown. There's gonna be, as soon as you get there, there's gonna be the Seattle Ferry Terminal, right? Near the Seattle Ferry Terminal, there's gonna be a CVS like a couple minutes away, and McDonald's a couple minutes away too. And they're on the same fucking street. They're on the same fucking street, block, whatever. And on that same street and block, there's homeless people and drug addicts from one side of the sidewalk all the way down the street to another side of to another, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a big ass line, like, and it takes like at least 2-3 streets worth. I swear.
Straight from their official police line, meaning that whatever this incident truly
2-3 crosswalks worth
was, the police response to it was very real. This note also seems to disprove a long-standing theory that the clips were actually from the set of a movie being filmed.
There used to be so many shelter homes there too, like all like just tents everywhere. I remember, I don't know what year, I think it was last year or the year before, that there were so many tents just hanged up. They're like I don't know. There's this place. It was like a square. I don't know what the place was called. I gotta look it up again. But it had like statues and stuff like that. And then near those statues, it was this park, and there was like lots of homeless people with shelters and shit. Like, people need to take care of that stuff for real. Like, you can't really enjoy it down Seattle as much as you want to.
In the area, as coincidentally, during this exact time period, there was a major film being produced in Seattle called Kimmy.
On Monday, film crews were spotted in Westlake Center shooting a new HBO movie called Kimmy,
which many had speculated that this was some kind of PR stunt from the project. But given the fact that this was a real police response, and that the film has actually since come out, with there being no mention of any zombies or any similar incidences within it, this is yet another debunked theory. And while on the subject of debunked theories, I want to briefly mention what at one point had actually become the most popular theory surrounding this case, which is honestly incredibly offensive. And that is the claim that this woman was Marilyn Stanley, a woman who was brutally attacked by her ex-boyfriend and his dog, leading to devastating injuries. And because of her disfigurement, people pointed to her being the Seattle Zombie Woman, believing that this footage was taken just moments after her assault. However, despite so many people reporting this, it is incredibly easy to disprove, as the Marilyn Stanley attack took place in Kentucky, not Seattle. And the assault happened all the way back in 2015, a full year before TikTok was even created, and a full 6 years before this video was filmed. This theory was never a possibility, and one Google search would have shown that, but unfortunately that didn't stop the speculation. And the outlandish theories continued from there, as some would quickly fall off the deep end, believing that this woman truly was a real-life zombie. The theory is obviously very ridiculous, but it was made a bit more intriguing.
Hey, they really do be acting like zombies in Seattle, bro, I swear.
As around the same time, there were reportedly similar occurrences emerging throughout the world of individuals looking and behaving in a similar manner.
Makes sense. India. Oh. Hell no, let me skip that. Got me fucked up.
And censored from both TikTok and More Curious. This video soon began
Think I'm going to see that? Hell no.
Moved and censored from both TikTok and YouTube, with only a few versions being left throughout the web. And adding this with the fact that there was no media coverage following this event and no police statements made to the public, despite the situation's virality, it left many convinced that this was some form of a greater cover-up. But ultimately, it's not hard to tell that this theory was just fear-mongering. And at the end of the day, it's a theory that is highly unrealistic, though interesting to speculate. More logically, it's been theorized that this lady had been in some sort of car accident, as she was shown walking alongside a fairly busy road and appeared to almost be in shock, with her potentially having lost her baby in the wreck, adding to the trauma of the moment.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I probably might have seen this woman before. This happened in May 2021. I might have seen her myself, man. Cause there's plenty of people that, bro. I guarantee you, I'm after this video is over, I'm going to the comment section, and then it's gonna show people that's from Seattle that says that this is a normal thing, bro.
But it seems completely unrealistic that if a child had passed away,
Like if I ain't hear no yelling or anything like that, then I'm like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on today? Like something's not right.
would have been no reports about it. I mean, surely this would have brought at least local media coverage, and it definitely would have been mentioned in the police blotter, which it wasn't. And given that no mention of a child was made on the official police recording at the scene, this idea, thankfully, has been ruled out, meaning that this object was likely something entirely different. Though even with this, it still leaves the car accident theory as a very real possibility, as it could explain why she was acting this way, along with her apparent injuries. Along with this possible explanation, there was another theory that I initially thought to be the most plausible, with that being that this was all the result of drugs and/or severe mental illness.
More than likely, I'm trying to tell you. It's all, yes, more than likely.
Which would not only explain her behavior, but also the lack of official reporting, as a woman on drugs causing a scene is nothing all that noteworthy, especially in a major city.
It's a normal
and
thing.
as for her appearance, well, drugs can literally turn people into shells of themselves and make them completely unrecognizable, and her ragged and torn clothing could just
So basically, to sum this up, man, do not do drugs. If you're homeless, get yourself out of the streets and make that bag, bro.
be the result of potential homelessness, a fate that
don't
sadly
have to be
befalls
homeless.
far too many people
You don't
in our
have to do
society
drugs.
who deal with these very struggles. Though with all this being said, landing on one definitive conclusion was unfortunately impossible based off the limited information available, and despite there being plausible theories put forth, a true answer seemed further away than ever, especially as the months began to pass. But even though the situation began to seem hopeless, a break would soon emerge out of nowhere in the form of police body cam footage that would blow this case wide open. On March 9th, 2022, a YouTube account by the name of Rebecca MS would upload a video revealing her findings into the Seattle Zombie Woman mystery, as even though the world had seemingly forgotten about this bizarre case, Rebecca had taken it upon herself to find its true conclusion, which led her all the way to the discovery of this footage.
Hey, ma'am! Hey, it's okay! You want to tell us what's going on? Is that real blood or fake blood? It almost looks like fake blood.
I don't think any of this is real blood. It's all just
Yeah, and then
their face burnt. No, it's the makeup.
it took me a little bit while, but it's like almost like Halloween, like zombie makeup.
The video shows the Seattle Zombie Woman incident from the perspective of the police on scene.
Even then, man, that's still not cool to do. Like, even, like, I don't know, maybe she had like an illness or something like that, but for her to put on makeup and put on fake blood and just walk around acting like she's hurt and stuff like that, versus the people that's really like that, is just crazy. It's
And
not
although
cool.
this further proves that the response to this incident was in fact real, it also proves that the incident itself was not, as the first responders began to quickly realize that this lady wasn't even injured, and she was instead wearing heavy theatrical makeup with fake blood, leaving the officers and bystanders just as confused as the rest of us.
Got away like this is super bizarre. Yeah.
And the biggest revelation to come of all of this was the discovery of this individual's true identity, with her real name being Kimberly Kasai, a revelation that would in turn lead to the discovery of her social media profiles, and ultimately the truth behind this internet mystery. Not long after the incident
Anything for
occurred,
clout, huh?
Kimberly would post this picture in full makeup, matching identically to the Seattle Zombie Woman,
That's
along with the
fucking crazy.
caption, "I am not your lab rat." She would then make a few other posts on Facebook, which revealed that she had carried out this whole stunt as a way to voice her opinions on certain political topics, which I unfortunately can't go more into here. But in the end, despite the police and paramedic...
Nah, that's fucking crazy. Like, now, a regular person doing this is normal, but a person that's faking this out, no, I honestly did not see this shit coming. That's, bruh.
presence being very real.
So that's
This woman,
low-key stupid.
the
Why would
Seattle
you do this?
zombie
You
woman,
wasted everybody's
was
time.
simply acting. This is truly one of the strangest cases that I've seen in a long time,
Hey, it's for
since its
clout.
theories were so dark and so disturbing, yet in reality, this was nothing more than a bizarre publicity stunt. And in the end, it's obviously a good thing that none of these theories were true, and that no one was injured as a result, making this one of the very few internet mysteries that actually arrived at a definitive, and I guess somewhat satisfying conclusion.
Somewhat satisfying.
I want to give a huge shout out to my God tier patron members: Alexander Duran, America's
Nah,
Grumpy
that's
Uncle,
crazy for real.
Bazoo42, Biznacker, Bray, Karen S, Charles Rob.
Yeah, what y'all think about this, man? Hold on, look. Cause look at this right here, y'all. If a zombie outbreak occurred in Seattle, I highly doubt anyone would notice much of a change. Cause it's literally like that, bro. I'm not lying. Alright, let's see what the comment says. The same thing. The fact. Look, I love how everyone's just walking past her like, ah, yes, a normal day in Seattle. Because it's true. I'm from Seattle. We're infested with zombies now. This is pretty normal behavior downtown at this point. Swear to you, man, this is no lie that this shit is like legit normal. As a person that lives in Seattle myself, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all like this video, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button and subscribe to the boy. That's all I got to say, man. Join KG Squad today. Don't go to downtown Seattle. Without further ado, I'll catch you guys later to the next video. We out, man.